Welcome back to End Times Prophecy News. Well, Bette Midler just tried to fact-check Trump on Twitter and got completely destroyed. She's looking pretty wild there, isn't she? She is wild. Singer Bette Midler attempted to fact-check President Trump's claim that 4,000 people had been shot in Chicago last year. She failed miserably, and the ensuing Twitter criticism was brutal. Trump says that 4,000 people were shot in Chicago in 2016. Boy, she's looking so smart there. Chicago Tribune says 2016 ended with 762 homicides. Really? 2016 ends with 762 homicides for 2017. 2 people were shot to death in Uptown early Sunday, marking the first. She was correct in claiming there were 762 homicides in Chicago, but there were many thousands more shootings. Midler failed to realize that death was not a certainty when sustaining a gunshot wound. Twitter's response to Midler's criticism wasn't so kind. Millicon, she says they were shot and lived, unlike the poor 762 FFS. Do you think before you tweet? George Glass says, is this tweet the wind beneath your wings or the wind between your ears? Ooh. They were shot and lived. Okay. And then Lunatic Rex says, Bette Midler watches too many movies where their first build hero always kills the bad guy with one shot. Don't give up your day job, genius. Seems Bette Midler watches too many movies, and then it says, Rusted Ideas says, Bette Midler just made my day when a liberal reveals their ignorance. Oh, you conservatives are the funniest people out there, I have to admit. Not very bright, are you? Stick to singing, Bette. Stick to singing. She's not even very good at that. She's not even good at acting. I never have cared for her. Not very bright, are you? Stick to singing. And then it says, she's 128 years old. Give her a break. Because you and us know you ignored Anthony Kuma, I believe. I'll post a photo so you get your facts straight. 4,367 shot to be exact. I guess the concept that people can be shot and injured didn't occur to you. This is the genius of Bette. Go sing. Yeah, she definitely owes Trump apology. Check this story out. Farmer sprays poop on trespassing protesters. It just gets funnier day by day as these libs get messed with. According to reports, a farmer has sprayed poop on a group of Greenpeace protesters who were trespassing on his property. This is his poop sprayer. Oh, this is gonna be good. Oh my god. Oh, there it is. Here it comes. You ought to move right now. Better move. You got your horn blast. He's gonna back it up. Ooh, yeah. Oh, this is gonna be good. Come on, spray him. Oh, he did spray him. Yeah, he sprayed him. That's fertilizer and poop mixed together. This is how. Oh, look! They put their arms out as if, don't run us over. I won't run you over. I'll spray poop on you though. This is funny. Oh, this is funny. Oh, he got him all right. He got him. That was far. You can't see, but he got it all the way in their tents too. The protesters were accompanied by Oscar Award winner Emma Thompson in an attempt to prevent the farmer from allowing energy company Quadrilla from fracking for shale gas on his land. According to the Telegraph, Thompson and other protesters broke a court injunction to host a bake sale on the farmer's property. Duadrilla chief executive Francis Egan spoke about the protesters' tactics, saying celebrities from London trespassing on a Lancashire farmer's land, preventing him from working whilst lecturing us on where the UK should get our natural gas from is beyond ridiculous. The farmer sought police assistance to remove the protesters, but no arrests were made. Frustrated and unable to work his field, the farmer used a muck sprayer to cover the area in manure slurry. If the protesters got sprayed in the process, so be it. He's just working his land. Oh, I would have done worse than that. I would have backed up and left it on for 15 minutes until the area was covered in, oh yeah, I would have covered them in manure. I would have made, and then I would have made sure who was videotaping it, make sure it posted on video everywhere. Listen to what Ann Coulter had to say about President Trump's speech. Come on, Twitter.
E pluribus awesome. Ann Coulter, you love that moment. They were hissing.
I think we got our ad for 2018, 2020, 2020. What is so great about that is it is the Democrats' natural reaction to hearing about the American victims of illegal immigrant crime. They didn't have time to think.
Excuse me for a moment. Ann Coulter, you're not politically correct. You're dressing like a woman only. That's just not politically correct. You have the long hair going on like a woman should have, as Paul the Apostle talks about. A woman's hair is her covering. You're not showing cleavage. You're doing what is right. Shame on you. You're not politically correct.
They just think, oh, screw those Americans. They probably deserved it. No, they immediately, automatically take the side of the illegal immigrant criminal. It was an astonishing, revealing moment right there. And I don't think they're showing that on the other networks. No, they want to pretend it didn't happen.
And the president mentioned a couple of instances last night. I did a town hall with Donald Trump, then candidate Trump, with mothers whose sons were murdered by illegal immigrants. Right. Nobody seems to ever want to talk about that part.
Right, and it's worth pointing out also, because everyone is lying about this, everything he said in that speech last night, he has been saying for 18 months or however long since he came down the escalator and talked about Mexico sending rapists.
Yeah, if you look at CNN and CNBC, they keep on doing, playbacks and commentaries on Donald Trump's congressional speech, and they're saying every single thing he said was a lie. Really? Is that why 80% of America believe he is truly presidential material? And most of America agreed? Boy, CNN, you're just digging your hole.
And drug dealers, nothing was new in that. And this idea that, oh, suddenly he looks like a president. No, this is saying he's putting America first. He's not running to be president of the world, president of the United States of America. What would you say, he says to the Democrats, to the American family that's lost jobs, family members, income, because we refuse to enforce our immigration laws? He's been saying this every speech. Where have you people been? And the idea that they used to say this, what kind of State of the Union address will he give if he's sending out tweets like this? Well, come on, everybody knows you speak differently to your boss than you do to your child than you do to your mother. I always knew. I mean, he's a billionaire. He knows how to behave. It was the same message he has been giving all along, but delivered in a proper State of the Union format. And nobody else in that room, not Republicans or Democrats, could have given that speech.
Maybe earlier in the campaign, because it was so new.
Amen to that, Ann. Even Fox News tried to make it sound like as if it was, something different or better. No. He was just trying to bring more unity together. But no, what they did, they act like little children, didn't they?
I didn't know how it would work out. I'm now the biggest fan of him tweeting. He actually had a great line. It's like owning your own newspaper. And if you have as many followers as him, he's getting more people reading his, quote, columns than any newspaper or any major newspaper group of newspapers combined.
And it drives the left crazy. I see them over on MSNBC saying, well, we took a poll, and, you know, most people out in America say he shouldn't tweet so much. Yeah, okay, you checked in the newsroom. I bet you don't want him to tweet so much. But, yeah, he can punch back through Twitter. And it's fun and it's funny, and I actually do really like him doing that. But that speech last night, I mean, there were so many revealing moments. As you say, the Democrats sitting on their hands when he says we're going to stop drugs from coming into the country, when he says we're bringing 10,000 jobs back, and they're sitting scowling, and those women...
That's because they want the drugs.
Those big sows, the most exercise they've got, and they finally figure out, oh, we've got to stand for this. It's like Pilates for them. That speech was fabulous.
Amazing.
And they're not showing it on the other networks. I'm glad you're showing lots of clips from it, because I was watching it thinking, what are they going to say about this? I mean, every line was a home run. So they're just not showing it. This is what they did throughout the campaign. He would give a blockbuster speech, like a speech in Phoenix, and their position is to just say, trust us, America, you don't want to see it. It was dark. It was awful. And that's what we keep getting. Look, there was nothing new here. It was a beautiful speech. He loves America. No one else could give this speech. Oh, one little tip for the media. Stop asking him if he's softening on immigration.
He's not. He's him.
All these rumors keep coming from reporters. It's the damnedest thing, because he's been very clear about how immigration, the new lodestar of our immigration policy, will be the interests of the people who already live here. Very clear point. How many different ways does he have to say it? And yet they just can't stop asking.
You worried?
Look at it from the perspective of the poor illegal. No, we're looking at it from the perspective of the poor Americans.
In Congress?
Oh, yeah.
Me too.
Yeah, there's only one senator who is desperately trying to become my favorite senator, Senator Tom Cotton. And actually, there are a fair number of House members, but no, those guys need to be knocked around. I think so, though. I'm not even sure. I mean, I don't know that many House members, but there seem to be a few good ones. But as I wrote last week, stop imitating Reagan and start imitating Donald Trump right now.
Yeah, and that would be good for them politically, and the country gets turned around, and our place in the world gets restored.
I think they may end up getting some Trumpian primary challengers. And
I think you're right.
I've always been against primary challenges to safe seats. No, I think we might want to open it up if they don't
step up.
Yeah.
All right, Ann Coulter, good to see you. Thank you.
Anyway, that will be all for this report. Thank you so much for listening, and God bless.
If my people, which are called by my name, shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven and will forgive their sin and will heal their land.